Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is Weekend Updates. Weekend Updates is all about what's going on in my craft room, so I'll just show you some things that won't have a video of their own. It's been a busy weekend, and it is Saturday night. We still have another day left of this weekend, but I had Friday off. So I got to fit in some crafting and relaxing on Friday too. Today I had a friend come and visit me, and she needed to run an errand, which happened to be right by Hobby Lobby. And I had seen a video, somebody did a haul, and they showed that they got Cartabella paper half off at Hobby Lobby. My Hobby Lobby only had the Paper Studio brand stuff half off. So I picked up a few pieces of specialty paper, but I wasn't really interested in buying any of their paper pads. I was looking for Cartabella. That's all I was looking for. So I picked up some patterned vellum. If you want your vellum to have patterns on it, you could stamp it with a permanent ink or emboss on it, or you can just buy it this way. And my friend picked out this piece of paper, which we both thought was pretty fun. So I got vellum that pretty much goes with it. And puffy stickers for 29 cents. These are cute. I love the bird and the butterflies. So I picked those up, and that's all I got. I think my total bill was $2.75. I have so much going on in here, you wouldn't believe it. You're gonna see a bunch of videos, and I'll tell you a little bit about that, but I'm just gonna give you snippets of what I've been doing this weekend. I put the photos in the front. This is a 12 by 12 scrapbook that has a place in the front, and they still had like the whatever advertisement came in it, and this book is almost done. So I put a picture of Wilson, picture of Parker, and a picture of Sadie, and these are really, really small. I mean, look at them. So I just went through some pictures that I had and tested them out. And what I did was I took out the plastic, and then there was the piece of paper that was the advertisement, and I drew on it with a Sharpie. And then I slid it out and I cut out that section and I laid it on photographs to see which ones I liked for this size. Cuts out the trial and error. And then I had that piece of paper that was exactly the size I needed. It was a template to cut the edge of the photo. I would show you, but I already took out the garbage. It got full. There was a lot going on. Last weekend, no, actually it was during the week. It was a hot day during the week, and I had some leftover coffee. And what I've been doing is I just have a cup on the counter, and I take the coffee grounds in the filter and set them in there. Almost like a cupcake holder. It's just sitting in the cup. And later in the day, I got a whim and threw some cheesecloth in that cup. I just lifted up the coffee filter and grounds and all, put the cheesecloth in, put it down, and then I just poured a little bit of water because I needed some moisture. And that's how I dyed this cheesecloth. And then I just took it and threw it on my glass mat to dry. And I took the glass mat outside. It was a really hot day. If you leave it wadded up like this when you're dyeing something, you're going to get more interest. And I find that I'm enjoying that more than laying things out in a pan. So I have these dark and light spots. I'm still trying to figure out how much color I want. And here's a blue version. This one I used a bit of this blue in this jar, and I just took it, added some water, mopped it up in there, and then took it out, squeezed it, and put it on the mat, the same way. I didn't spread them out or anything. I'm going to show you a photo so you'll see how ridiculously easy it is. But you also want to take a look and see, this was a lot brighter, and they fade out, and that's okay. You just have to get to know that and figure it out. And right here where they touched each other when they were drying, because they did them at the same time, this is green because yellow and blue. So you can make whatever colors, but think about it. If you want stuff that's more interesting and more crazy, take your pieces of paper and wad them up and let them dry that way. That's how you're going to get the craziest thing. Same with your fabrics, cheesecloth, whatever. And I find that I'm dyeing random bits of things here and there because I just never know when I'm going to want to dye a certain item. I went to the Salem Friends of Feline thrift store, which is right near my house, and this was marked $2. I believe I saw these when I was in Santa Fe a couple years ago. It's a giant wood stamp. So I brought it home, and one of my non-crafty friends was with me. She's actually the one that picked out the paper at Hobby Lobby. And I wanted to test it, so we just got ink out. I tried it with a dye-based ink, and it wasn't sticky and wet enough, but I have more ideas for that. Then I had a color box pigment pad that still had the seal on it. I was hesitant to use my VersaFine or anything like that because I've never used this stamp. I didn't know how clean it was, so I wanted to use my freebie garage sale type pads. I inked it up, and then I stamped out on some tea-dyed paper, and I like the results. This one I was experimenting and redoing it. This was the first stamp, and then the others were the lighter. But then I didn't even ink it up again. I just took my water bottle and sprayed it, and then I stamped this one. So because it's a wood stamp, it's drinking up the ink. Think about if you are painting furniture and it's never been painted or primed, it's like a brand new piece of pine furniture that you just built, it's going to drink up that paint. And so that's what happens here. So if you have some of these wood things or you're trying to use anything that's absorbent, hit it with your spray bottle. So I'm going to experiment with this more. I already had enough fun with it. So here's the thing. When I went to the counter, they rang it up at $1 and they said everything was half off. So I already had $1's worth of fun, for sure. I don't know why everything was half off. At some point, I should probably learn their system. So they had this box, chipboard 8.5 by 11, $4. And my friend and I looked at it and I said, well, I don't love it. It's a little thin. And my guess is that's why someone donated it. They ordered it online, and then maybe when they received it, they realized it wasn't what they wanted. This is very thin. I would give it like maybe a cereal box or thinner rating. But what I realized was it at half off, it's $2. I could glue 2 of these together with a dry adhesive or a double-sided tape, something that wouldn't warp it in any way, and it would be nice and thick. And the amount that's in here is just crazy. It is all the same. I checked to see if, maybe it was a mixed carton, which seemed unlikely. But there's a ton of it. Journal covers, tags, whatever. I could die cut this. It's actually probably a really nice thickness for die cutting, but I had journal covers in my brain. At that store, I spent a total of $3 and had a great time. Love my new stamp. I am thinking about using paint on this, and maybe I'll use it with ink a lot first and be sure I'm sure. How cool would this be on a gel print? It would be amazing. Do you have other ideas? Do you have these? What do you do with them? It's gorgeous. I couldn't pass it up. I'm going to insert a bit of video. My friend Jamie, who is not a crafty person, came over. She was looking through my stash of completed journals and cards and that kind of thing. And she said, I'd like to make a journal. And I said, well, we could make that happen. And she asked me to get out some florals, and I got out tons of florals and then more colors. And then she found pink llama paper in my stash, which I never would have guessed I had. And that's the direction we headed. And it was just a couple hours on an evening, and we had a great time. And she thought that my craft room was super fun and she'd like to play in it again. And I agree. I think we should just start bringing more people into our craft rooms. I have those videos out, 2 videos where it's all close to my heart haul, and then last updates I talked about it. If you haven't seen those garage sale haul videos, you've got to see them. I wanted to tell you a couple things. Those of you who know Close to My Heart products, you educated me. These are fairly old papers, so that's why they're thin. Now Close to My Heart is more of a cardstock quality on their printed papers, so you can buy it and feel good about it, which makes sense because I had received nice quality paper in Happy Mail. And the other thing I noted was some of the patterned paper had the brand printed along the edge. They're not doing that anymore. Those were old papers, that's why they were like that. You can buy and not worry. I haven't made graduation cards yet. This is as far as I've gotten. I got the paper out, and then that was it. And I know there's a new congrats stamp around here that'll look nice on it. That's it. So that's still on my list. I didn't do that. I have just been doing so many different projects. I want to do that. I need to go through my punches and clean them out. I haven't gotten to that yet. I've just been having fun doing all sorts of things. I'm way ahead on my videos and collaborations. So some of them are already done and the videos are loaded. It looks like Joya Blue threw up in here, but but I don't know if I'm done yet. So I'm hesitant to clean up. The other crazy thing that I did, this stamp was $1. It was very reasonable and restrained. Christy Marcotte did a de-stash this week on Etsy, and I jumped in and bought a box. She had a bunch of different items listed. If you haven't seen that and you want to check it out, look up her store on Etsy. She had lots of good stuff, but I just jumped in and bought one of the big boxes, and it came already. It came today. I opened it up, went through it, made a video. So you'll get to see that later this week. It is chock full of goodness. And so now some of that is spread all over my room, but I've already started putting it away. And most of the stuff from the garage sale haul is put away. I'm trying to make progress. Right now, the room is a disaster. You couldn't come in here and make anything. But I think, with a quick tidy after this video, I should be okay. And in June, the girls and I are heading to the beach again. So I'm starting to think about what I'm going to take and what projects. And I'm thinking about a whole bunch of journal kits. Not sure yet what I'm doing. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other things going on in here, but I can't think of what they are right now. So I guess that's about it. Just watch for my videos and then you'll know what else I've been doing. I just wanted you guys to know that clanking sound in the background of my videos, that's Wilson puttering in and out behind me. So I've heard it in a couple of my videos when I'm editing, but the timing doesn't always allow me to take it out. So sorry about that, but that is our friend Wilson just going about his day. He wakes up when I start talking and then wants to go in and out. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. I hope you have your graduation cards done, that you're ahead of me, and that you are having a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.